comes to us from Kevin in New York City. He asks, there are a lot of companies out there selling legal products made with CBDs from hemp. Are these products of any benefit, or should we be getting our cannabinoids exclusively from marijuana?
Okay, we get this question a lot. So it's a complicated answer. So first of all, there's a bunch of companies that are kind of jumping on the CBD craze and offering products that purport to have CBD in it derived from hemp. And for the most part, certainly the pediatric community, but really the whole cannabis community tends to hate on these products pretty hard. They're really expensive. They tend to have little or no effectiveness. Now, I want to be clear that in some cases these products are working. So it's not an open and shut case. I literally know some parents of special needs children who bought products like Dixie Elixir and it worked. Now I know a lot more who bought them and they didn't work. And there's been exposés written on Dixie talking about some real serious concerns about the safety of those products because they're derived from hemp that's grown in China and they're not extracted in clean ways, and there's a lot to hate on with those products, but there is some CBD in some of these products, and for people that can't source it any other way, this can feel like the miracle they've been waiting for, an easily sourced product that can get them the CBD they're looking for. Now, in terms of the distinction between a hemp-derived product and a medical cannabis product, that's also more complicated. And a lot of people feel that they falsely believe that because these products tend to suck and are overpriced, the conclusion they draw is therefore hemp not helpful, medical cannabis helpful. And it's actually not that simple, because the distinction between hemp and medical cannabis isn't as clear-cut as people want it to be. Now, if you ask a botanist what's the difference between medical cannabis and hemp, typically they'll say that hemp is the ruderalis varietal and indica and sativa is the medical cannabis. And the truth is that a lot of medical cannabis has actually had some ruderalis bred into it. Ruderalis has some CBD in it, and so a lot of the high CBD varietals have been, there's some ruderalis in there. And some people don't even accept that hemp is ruderalis, because that is even a blurry line. And in terms of how we define what hemp is, it depends on the country. In Canada and much of Europe, it's defined by the THC content. So if you breed a varietal of cannabis to have a low enough THC content, typically it's about 0.3, then we call it hemp. And so some of the most celebrated high CBD medical cannabis that's getting credited with treating all these children could theoretically be classified as hemp. And if we successfully breed a little less THC into it, they can all qualify as hemp. So we definitely don't want to just say, all hemp is not helpful, because what we're saying is helpful could conceivably be classified as hemp. That would also be an extremely positive development, because as soon as we have high CBD varietals that we can call hemp, we can farm them in mass and they can be very inexpensive. So it's a complicated issue. If you're asking, is a product like Dixie or Real Scientific hemp oil a good product that I would recommend, I'm going to say no. For the most part, they're totally hated and to be avoided. But that we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And hemp products could conceivably in the future be very high in CBD and very worthwhile. So that's my answer.
Okay.